Do you remember the little grey Ferguson tractor, Johnny?
They were a great little yoke. You start and I'll join in.
Oh, I am a little Ferguson built so many years ago. I was bought up in Dublin at the RDS Spring Show. I'm a lovely little tractor and I look so very cute.
Not like the tractor of today, that great big ugly rose. Well, they brought me home to Finna in the county of Carlow, and the first man to drive me was Mickey's Uncle Joe. He pushed on his top coat and he jumped upon me seat, pulled back on the throttle and he flew out through the gate.
Oh, I am a little Ferguson built so many years ago. I was bought up in Dublin at the RDS Spring Show. I'm a lovely little tractor and I look so very cute.
Not like the tractor of today, that great big ugly rose. All the old lads started laughing and jeering, now you see. They said the whole black jackass was far better now than me. But the jackass, he is long since dead, his bones has turned to dust. Here am I freshly painted with ne'er a speck of rose.
Oh, I am a little Ferguson built so many years ago. I was bought up in Dublin at the RDS Spring Show. I'm a lovely little tractor and I look so very cute.
Not like the tractor of today, that red big ugly rose. Oh, where have all the years gone by? I'm parked here in the shed. Poor old Uncle Joe is inside, crippled in the bed. But every September until the man is dead, he'll grab his little walking head and he'll head up for the shed.
Oh, I am a little Ferguson built so many years ago. I was bought up in Dublin at the RDS Spring Show. I'm a lovely little tractor and I look so very cute.
Not like the tractor of today, that great big ugly rose. He'll check me oil and water, he'll shine and polish me, then he'll bring me down to Finna for everyone to see. They'll put him sitting on me seat, he looks so very proud as he drives me through the steam rally to the cheering of the crowd.
Oh, I am a little Ferguson built so many years ago. I was bought up in Dublin at the RDS Spring Show. I'm a lovely little tractor and I look so very cute.
Not like the tractor of today, that great big ugly rose. Not like the tractor of today, that great big ugly rose.
Johnny Fagan had the tractor when I was very small. A land bulldog tractor, the grandest joke of all. It was a lovely shade of blue and stylish all around.
With a little two-stroke engine, sure it had a unique sound. He bought it down in Ferrens in 1953 with a little active combine, sure it was a sight to see. He cut all the cordon and tied the sacks with twine, with a little Lance tractor and a green active combine.
Johnny Fagan had the tractor when I was very small. A land bulldog tractor, the grandest joke of all. It was a lovely shade of blue and stylish all around.
With a little two-stroke engine, sure it had a unique sound. I used to love to see the lands coming in the gate. I jump up on the mud yard and sit down on the seat. It's there now I did sit, many was the day, as Johnny Fagan ploughed the field or turned the rows ahead.
Johnny Fagan had the tractor when I was very small. A land bulldog tractor, the grandest joke of all. It was a lovely shade of blue and stylish all around.
With a little two-stroke engine, sure it had a unique sound.
Thanks for coming to the show. Can you tell us something about the car and what it is?
A 1933 Riley Monaco, 1100cc, a very practical and usable wee car. We couldn't get to this event last year because we were on holiday in France driving this car, and as I say, very practical. Last year we did 2,000 miles on holiday in France with it.
Never broke down.
Oh, come on now, yeah, it does break down.
You can lie.
Yeah, you do be aware of the problems.
You restored yourself?
No, I kept it going myself, but work on the engine and the mechanical.
Good to see you here, John. Hope you come back next year. That says Davy Brown. James, you told me you were going to be in track last year. There was that, did I? Yeah, well, you've been something next year, right? Yeah, right. That's right. Right, where's your tractor? Oh, no, photograph.
Hey, good time.
This is walkabout. That's the way a vintage shoe, that's the way a tractor should come.
I had one of them.
Never touch Survivor, John. Survivor. Right, Mike, can you tell us something about the tractor? What age it is, when you got it?
1971, it was been in Ballarry since 1973. So 780 David Brown, and they were made from 1967 to 1971.
How much did it cost you?
I think they were about £900 when they were made.
That would have bought you a couple of houses.
They bought you a couple of second-hand houses.
That would have been a pretty big thing. Never been painted.
It's not like that, but a long time ago.
You didn't do it, Mike?
I didn't do it, John. Right?
That's great. You enjoying the show?
Yes, good fest.
That's my Uncle John here, and he has his new home. What age is new home, John? What age? 12 year old. And who's this wad beside you?
That's the young buck there.
That's your grandson.
No, it's not.
You enjoying the show?
There is a couple right there. Right in it.
There's many here last year.
There's more, I think. There's a Achilles starting here now.
Oh, that'll warm up.
Okay, we'll see you later on, John.
Trails work.
You inherited?
Yes, it's all done up. Doing a good job. Just need to get it resprayed. And that's it.
What price for it?
Just 3,400 brand new. 3,400 spent. And she does the same again. What's 1975 is 43 years.
Good show. Keep it up, Ian.
Good job, lads. Yes,
Alright, what are you bringing down next year? You're bringing something down, right?
I have none to bring down, John.
Get something.
We'll get something, alright, John. We'll get something.
Hope to see you next year.
Good man, John. Thanks. Thank you, John.
Two local men. Join the show, lads.
Yes, very much so.
What have you brought down? That's the first 35, 1962. What age are they? What price are they? At your store?
6 or 7.
Would have been, aye. You brought that guy once? No, you bring something next year. You've got an old bike, haven't you?
A whole lot of things.
A whole lot of things. Right, we'll look forward to seeing you next year, lads.
Very lovely, John.
There's two local policemen. What?
He's looking for anything vintage.
Come ask us what they're doing and he's going to arrest someone. Thanks so far, engineer Eamon. Can you tell us the history of it?
1939, served up in Inverary in Scotland in the Second World War, and they only kept it a short time after it, and it was taken back to where it was already built in AC cars in London, and then it was sold back out to someone, and I eventually finished up buying it, and I have had put 30,000 miles on it very recently.
Changed the engine, didn't you?
Changed the engine, yes, for more speed. Such a younger fella like me, more speed.
It's looking well, just pan around it there, that's it over there now. Good to see you, Ignatius. Hope you come back next year.
Okay, John. Yes.
There's Mark Campbell, non-local man, business connect over here.
Record 3,000.
Right, Mark. What's the history?
It was 1971. registered in 1971 out of a tractor dealership in Portadown, County Armagh, and it's got the same, the original vehicle tax. It has to be taxed.
Did you restore it yourself?
I did restore it, but it's a DIY job.
That's well. Thank you.
So it's nice to have an opportunity to come down here and show it off.
Well, good to see you on. Okay, John. See you next
Keep
time.
up the good work. Thanks. All the best.
Hannah, how are you?
It's in there.
Oh yes, she's here.
This is Meg McGee's sister, this is Eva. James Kelly. What have you brought, James? Yourself? Win something next year, will you?
He's telling Mike McGee to get his paid up for next year. The restoration project started. This is the before. Next year will be the after.
Looks okay the way it is. I like it the way it is. Well, hope you're enjoying the show.
Oh yes.
What have you brought?
We brought
What tractor have you got?
Joe McGee's.
This is Joey tractor here.
Come and tell what it is. You tell them what it is. You know all about it. What year is it?
This is Kevin McGee's son from Ballywooden.
1980. And who owns it? Brandon. What age is it? 90.
And did you come on this tractor today? Well, looks very well. And in 2 years' time, you'll be taking it down to the fair show. Well, I hope you all enjoy yourselves.
Yes, thank you, John.
This is the next and the whole vintage thing, Joe Charlie. Joe, what have you brought a tractor, Joe? That's 135, massive. Joe is 1 year older than me. Joe was slightly ahead of me at school. Joe spent his time picking people up at school.
No, not really. Don't be saying like things got
You enjoying it, Joe? See you next year.
Certainly, well, no bother, yep. Living in Spirit over here.
Alright, Joe. I brought none today, I'm sorry, John. Sorry, I just brought myself. But you'll bring something next year? Well, hopefully. We'll get something together. Promise you that, John. I will, John. I will. John, you're always big tax. No, you took it down today. Best V35 I think about. Good show. Were you enjoying it? Good show. We'll get some
the leaves in the book, they have to go back into it.
I'm from Cleef. Originally from Cornwall. Originally from Cornwall. You live in Cleef now?
Yeah.
Right, have you bought a tractor now?
Yeah.
What have you bought?
Force and Major down here.
Were you the Force and Major?
Yeah.
What's the history with it?
I bought about 10 years ago or more when I was in Cornwall. I brought down from Devon down to Cornwall.
You restored?
Hardly restored it. I'm doing it. Over last year. I've been here now 2 years.
What a process then?
Yeah.
Well, hope you enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
Rodney, great. Rodney Connor promised for 4 years in a row to bring us tractor down.
I'm here, the last.
He has the Ross Estate 135, which he's restored, and this is the first year he showed up. Thanks, Ron.
No, and I told you I'd come.
You did,
I put 20 quid on.
You did, and
You always man, didn't think no one.
This is a Mark 1 Golf, Volkswagen Golf. It's a special edition. It's a GX. There's only so many made, I'm not too sure. But nice quick wee car.
Did you restore it?
I restored it, yeah. It's a couple of new wing bits and pieces like that. But you know, I usually work at cars like that's what I spend my bit of time at. You know, that way.
Teacher, what's the teacher in the tech?
Teacher come mechanic. You know, that way. But
you're retired now,
oh, retired, and a few more cars at home. So hopefully I have something different for next year.
Took one down last year, wasn't going too well, John. You a mechanic?
Oh well, you know, they sit about all year, and then when it comes to a big event like this here, you have to take it out. So. You know, sure, that's what cars are for working at.
Exactly.
You know, that way. So hopefully a nicely 64 Triumph World will have her on there next year.
Okay, John, good seeing you.
That's just for sale. Anything I have for sale. So you know, I own any bids. You can
Well,
come,
put on the sale sign on it.
Whatever
Good to
sale
see you.
sign on it.
Tractor enthusiast. What have you got, Tom?
We T20.
You haven't her here today for what reason?
These front tires on.
Honestly, that's no excuse. Seriously. It's not the only reason why she's not here.
No.
You'll take her next year, but
Sorry.
what's the history with him?
19 and 53.
You restored her.
I was going way back to 2001.
And it's going well.
Going well, yes.
You do all the local shows.
Yes, we all the shows around back here, yes.
Your dog lost her last week.
I got there on Sunday.
The tires okay on Sunday?
No, I hadn't already. Honor Doctor there on Sunday.
Well, here. Enjoy all the
Particularly station engine scoring. Behind the car there.
Well, here, are you enjoying the show?
Yes, good day.
Right. No, we're doing a DVD here. John Dagan is a 135 area restored, that's over there. And Patricia's here on a 35, isn't it, Patricia?
T20.
Well, you're here in the T20. What's the history behind yours, John? Hollywood. You restored it.
And I refurbished her all, that's all.
Oh, she's over there. That's over there, yeah. It's going okay. It's got a fortune on it. And you never get it back. You know boss making money on it. Well, what's the history behind your Patricia?
Mine is from a before the roof collapsed on it. Barbara told me to take it out of the road. It's a lot of demo.
Right on.
She gave them our glass.
Your glass for last week's show. Right, okay, thanks for calling.
I have a Grey Ferguson TA Continental, a 1947 Continental. It belonged to my father before me, so we still call it my father's car, obviously, so it is. But
It was what new?
it was what year? 1947.
How much was it?
That's a good question. I'm not sure offhand. I couldn't tell you the exact figure off you, but my father had it for years. Took it apart, done it up, had it going well. But it's a nice wee tractor. So it's a rare one because it's a TE Continental. They were the ones that had the motorbike exhaust, which is the under exhaust rather than the stack bike. So it's of sentimental value, so consequently we never sell it. It really doesn't matter with the value. It's more of a sentimental value. It's made for days out like this, festivals like this, so it's great.
Next year.
Fingers crossed it'll be well. It was a late withdrawal.
Ferdinand was down last year. Good seeing you the showdown.
Thanks.
Yes. John.
Yes, all through the whole festival. I've never seen as fancy tractors and cars and everything.
But,
Is there any, can I buy any, do you think?
no,
For sale?
Like, I'm going to bring a tractor next year.
Yes. Well, I have no tractors, I'm a city boy.
But you're married a farmer.
I forgot about that, John.
Yes.
I keep trying to forget
Right,
about
so
that.
get a tractor for next year, and me and you'll both go.
As long as it's a massive, if she's not red, keep her in the shed.
We're in a shed, that's it. I'm here morning.
Right, okay.
John McGean here, he's got the big Moor Hill yellow. And what have you got now, Jim? 135. What have you got morning? What's the history behind your Moor Hill, John?
Well, I don't know a while on it, but I know she was originally supplied new to Hayes in Middlesex over in England about 1970, was it? Then her history got lost. I bought her off a guy in Newtonards as a basket case. That means she was a complete wreck. We put a different engine in her, done the brakes up, painted her, blah blah blah, and that's where she is today. So that's basically, we use her for ploughing days and working days stuff.
And you've also got 7, 8, 10 Jubilee tractors.
Well, that's maybe for another day.
We'll leave that to the next one. There's not too many of them about.
No, there wasn't too many of them ever made. They reckon there was maybe about 120, 130 of them ever made. And they were painted silver because they had been out their factory for 25 years working, and Ford said, let's do something. So they painted these 7, 8, 10 silver. Farmers wouldn't buy them simply because they were silver. They wanted them blue. And they sat about the yard. Some of them were painted back blue, and others were sold on silver. Now they're worth a few pounds.
Okay, John, thanks for calling. Initially, what history of your tractor? What's the history of it?
Well, there's two of them. There was a wee master there belonged to Maxwell up there.
Robert?
Just sitting up there.
And you restored her?
Oh, there's rods of what?
What did you do to her?
Mudguards, bonnet,
Spent a fortune.
rims,
You had about 15 tractors at one time.
I hate them.
You sold a lot, didn't you?
Yeah, started annoying me that. Too many, and you know, there's no space and nothing, you know.
And you also diesel engines.
I hate them, I hate them, you know. Something to put her at.
Yeah. See, Rodney's brought the 135
she's
after.
sitting down there, she's sitting down there, you know. But there's Maxwell, did he see it? No.
It hasn't been done.
That's right.
Well, here, good to see you.
Right.
Barney, what have you brought?
What a wee great for you down. She come from Dunbridge. I sort of made the difference. Water away and brought her home and had her home for about 3 weeks. And the first trip she was thinking to get on. I drove her to Cooley, back home from Cooley, our house again. And then I stripped her down and rebuilt her. That's 10 years ago.
And you all
done all the work except for this. She gave me a hand, bits and pieces, doing all the painting up there. So she'll overhaul maybe this year, this winter, wherever he goes to. She come out of I think maybe an industrial estate up there somewhere, you know. That's why I have to do it here. Going way up, I've traveled a lot of miles on it.
Well, I hope to start doing vintage runs myself with this Saturday.
Yes, I were talking about that.
A lot of talk about that.
There's a lot of talk about that. I'm nearly going to go down to see can I buy her one.
Okay, Barney.
Okay, John, thank you very much.
Hope you enjoy yourself.
Thanks.
James is from Valley Calder. James is a 165.
No, 240.
240.
990.
Oh, 990.
Where's your Anders that or how?
Well, we were just talking about having this Valley set.
John, you never brought yours down,
no,
everybody else.
I hit this term, but it'll be ready next year.
Yeah.
I hope you bring your tank down.
I know, well, but I was saying, we were down strong this morning there, I didn't get something away, you know?
Here, who's this man here?
This is Andrew's young fellow. My Andrew's young fellow, you know, it's Taylor.
Very good.
He's got a tractor.
Thanks for coming.
Have her next year, hey?
I'll have her next year. James Hagen has that.
You tell her about that, you haven't even done that
No,
already.
seriously,
What?
don't tell her about that.
No, I won't tell
the Valley Calder Road here. What have you brought down today?
I haven't brought very much today.
You're going to bring something next year, aren't you? What are you going to bring?
70 next year, so
Right, definitely.
bring 70.
Alright, Steve. Well, that'll be next year. Enjoying it?
Oh, aye.
Yeah, thanks for coming, Steve.
Well,
Get all the mods down next year. This is Bobby Hughes. What type of tractor is that?
David Brown 990.
What's the history of your tractor?
This is 1977.
You do her up?
No, I work for us. Does the vintage runs and does the work at home as well.
Very good, very good.
Mercedes bales and done with the filler and whatever it has to be done. Couldn't beat the 980 David Brown. Best tractor in the country. I don't need no two rope. Foxy needs the two rope. The two of fucking what he called the TV. That's it.
Well, where's your tractor, Francis? Where's your tractor?
98 tractor I got.
You didn't take it today?
No.
You got a tractor? You took that tractor there, didn't you? You broke down today? We're down next year. Look forward to seeing you, Francis.
Alright, John.
Sean, you're in College tractor. This is it over here?
No.
Where is it? Come on over here, we look at it here. Way over and see it. He's way flat over there. You come down in the tractor?
I'm in the DLA. That's not my tractor.
Where's your tractor?
I'm on the door.
Did you worry about that?
Our footer. Yeah, what about it? It's fucking you turn up. Suppose you want to talk about United now.
When did you get it?
Dermot, we're here for 2 hours.
So you bought her 2 years ago, didn't you?
I bought her 4 years ago, and I restored her over 3 years.
Stepped it all down.
Yeah, I bought her home in boxes, so that.
This tractor was Isabel McGee's from around Drumroe Road.
Did he get her going?
She's come back, she's part of it. Collie spent a fortune on her.
Yeah.
Anybody wants to buy her, she's up for sale.
Yeah, 20,000.
And every part of her.
I'll give them a luck penny.
Yeah. It's actually better than she put in the factory.
I didn't want to say that, like.
that's small.
But then what's the history?
I bought her a carry for Sons about 2 years. That was a big carry.
Is that Patsy? Used to call her Patsy.
I don't know now. Another huge grave and put a lot of different pieces on there. Retired.
Where are you from? You're black?
Shields.
Shields?
Yes.
Which one?
Crawford.
Crawford Shields, there you are. Kept the tractor local. I hang out bits and pieces of Patsy Dammers on the tractor.
Right. I bought her a carry about 2 years back.
That's good. Hope you enjoy the show.
So what's the crack? How's farming going these days?
We're making a fortune.
You're making a fortune. That's good.
What are you up to?
This is Lawrence Cross and he's from Ross, and this is what type of car have you got?
Originally 1550.
What's the history?
Since 1857. I have her 4 years.
Did you restore?
I didn't restore her, I was away about her. Only she was come out, I done a wee bit of work on her, like, you know. But she lay up for about 20 years before I bought her. She's never turned a wheel.
And you take her to all the shows?
I take her to most of the shows. 2 or 3 cars, like.
You've got a Beetle, a split Welshbein Beetle.
I've an Oval Beetle and I've got a Mars 10. That's here. That's all I've got.
And which one do you prefer taking to the shows?
Prefer the Beetle.
More people talk about the Beetle.
Beetle. Everybody likes the Beetle. And she will be faster than that. More power.
Well, thanks for calling.
Okay, stand there and get the car in here. That's great.
Right, Gabriel, I know you're not going to be fit to come down to the show this year, but there's one of your
Depends what I'm down. I'll probably be down, don't know.
Well, see how you are. What, tell us something about this tractor.
This here's a 57 2-cylinder Porsche. And she's the last of the Porsches done in the Alger fashion. The Alger was Porsche, they were only made under license for Porsche. But this is the last one. These are the all ones are a new version of the Porsche.
Very good.
This is 57, this one is.
You've got 2 of them, haven't you?
I've got 3.
3?
It's a 218, and it's 57.
Did you do it up yourself?
I done it up myself. And it's got a 5-speed gearbox. And it's got hydraulic lift. And what the hell is it? It's front sprung suspension.
This is the tractor you took to St. Patrick's Day in down Patrick. Yeah. You have 14 tractors in total. Where are you going to stop, Gibber?
Well, I haven't bought any escape there.
You were at the show last year, and you think you're going to make it this year?
Was that last year? No, it wasn't that last year, but I was tempting the hospital last year, but I thought make it the year.
Right, good show. Dick, I know you're not going to drive down to the show, you're going to come down to the show, but you have a great wee story here to tell of the tractor. Would you tell us it?
Well, that tractor there was bought by my father in 1948 at the Stewart's Motor Works in Downpatrick. And she was in our place till the, I would say, 59, 60. And she was paid back into Stewart's Motor Works for a TVO 35 live drive for the machinery of the day at that time. And she disappeared out of that. She went to our last, or Downpatrick Golf Club, as far as I know. She was in the cricket club. And she ended up with what she was doing when I got her back, before I got her back. She was pulling the lifeboat up at Cloughy on the back show. Of course, when I got her back, she was painted with lifeboat paint, pink and blue.
Well, you searched for years and you couldn't find her.
I searched for 35 years for her.
So tell us how you found her.
John Donnan, the man's dead there a short time ago, and John asked me one Saturday, there was a player match up here at Dannylanahan, and he asked me would I go up for the Castle Wells and lift the tractor. Says, I no problem, John, when it would suit you. Or Saturday, that's all right. I went and lifted John and got up the road. I says to John, say, what sort of tractor we're going for? And in that wee box that I showed you there, there's an envelope. He says, we're going for an old Ferguson JSA 2167. And I says to myself, that is just unbelievable. And then when we got up,
you knew before you went into the shed it was going to be your tractor?
Yes, whenever I went up to the place, John went to see the boys that was paying for it, whatever it was. And I looked at the tractor and said, that's our tractor. And come home, and John's wife come down, it was just the day or two before Christmas. And they talked about this tractor. John says, he says it's Dick's tractor, and I would like Dick to get the tractor. And she went away looking at it. And John and I was talking, and John says, "Hey John, what way will fix now?" And he says, "I'll tell you what you do. Go you out this weekend now, and if you get a tractor in some of that condition," now she was rough, very rough. And he says, "Give me a shout," and that's the turn.
And you made that cab for it, didn't you?
No, I got that cab, there's a story behind that cab too. I come home and I went round, and there was 3 tractors that I knew of. No matter how much money I would have given, I wasn't getting it. And I went down a boy that worked with us years ago, and I said, "You have a Ferguson tractor here?" "I have," he says. "For sale?" "Yes." "If the money's right." And he says, "Do you know what I'm going to tell you?" He says, "If the right man come with the money, I would give him the wife." And that is as sure as you were sitting there. And I have made arrangements to have the tractor, and I rang John. I left you on Monday to go down to see the tractor. John went down, started the tractor, drove her out, looked around her, drove her in again. He says, "Come on, Dick, I'll take your own tractor home." Because we never took her off the low loader, she was sitting in John's yard. And that's how I come to have the tractor.
Was there a steering bar or something down there?
Oh, there was, that's on the other side. That's on the other side.
So you knew it was yours?
That Ridges bar there. That was bent on. And it was bent that much, it was catching that tractor.
And you bent that in Ballarry?
By hitting the barn. You know when you were coming out of the garage,
yes.
We narted.
Yes,
and I had a 10-foot devil pat on the hook, and she turned the bunch hit the thing. And my father and I was going to cut corn for the binder. And she said, "If this man doesn't get cutting corn, there'll be somebody hung John and quartered before night." But went out and cut it, never bought. And then when I come in the evening, I went and I got a couple of wooden blocks and I sat on it. But if you look, you'll see the wee rubs where I had it with this the sledge, but I got it, and they're still on it, still there. So there you are.
The new bar new?
Oh, she was both brand new, Emma Stewart's. Now, a funny thing, she was ordered in Elliott's of Strangford by the then man in business, Joe Kyle. And she run on and run on and run on. My father was getting sick of it. And he always went into down Paddock on a Saturday. And he always had a drink with Jimmy Stewart. Jimmy Stewart, him was very great. And they went for a pint, and my father told him the thing about the tractor. And he says, there's a whole lot of people you see called my father William. Yes. And a whole lot of people called him Billy. And Jimmy Stewart called him Billy. He says, "See, Billy, there's 2 Ferguson tractors coming into Stewart's on Monday morning on the train." And he says, "If you come in around 9 o'clock and sign up for the tractor's yours." That tractor was bought, and I'll tell you who bought the mate of her. Andy Taggart and Billy Thurston bought the other one. I don't know what the number would have heard. But JZ 2167.
What sort of money would you have been?
I don't know what sort of thing. No, there never was a receipt or anything that I turned up, and maybe somebody the rest at some time. There's bound to be a receipt for it. But I know that my mother was always worrying about the tractor, because there was a grant or something come from the government at that time. And my father paid away anyway, and he came home one day and he says, "Sissy," says he, "there'll be nobody take that tractor, it's just paid for." Whatever way it was arranged, you know. And that's the story of the tractor.
Before that tractor would have come, were you using horses?
Oh, no, I should have. That tractor worked with all the horses. And I tell you, the first time she was, you know what Winnie lived? You know, down the Crew Road there. Well, that wee bit of land at the back of it, my father had spuds in that, and we were taking it out, and the tractor was there, and took the spuds in, and the horses was there bitten that tank, you see. And somebody, whatever was wrong with the tractor, they opened the bonnet, they threw the bonnet up and scared the horses. My father says, "That's right, they're going to put her hair straight."
So my own dad probably was driving that tractor. So
no, it was surely.
You don't know about
your father come to us to give us a hand with a harvest a bad year, my father and we were cutting corn out of the gate field up at the young Shivers Danvers. And their daddy wanted to build a load of corn. Well, says, "I tell me, if you're going to build a load of corn, I'll pitch it in, you build away." So we built a load of corn anyway, and we come down at the yard, wasn't big, wouldn't tell us or anyone. And we come down into the yard, and I went again to the wee narrow place that I'm telling you between the car and the shop, and the load slid off. And as soon as this load of cords set off on the ground, all come a big shot. And my father and my mother shouts out, "Come on," she says, "it's the drop of tea at it." And we really got the tea, and I come out, and you won't tell you, it was hardly wet shift. It was just literally nothing. Okay? And telling your father systems, you see, didn't I tell you it was going to rain? I'd go.
And these photographs,
yes,
let's just zoom in on these and see what you have here.
I'll give you a bit of history. Now you take a look at that photograph there. There's another one there. Hold on. There's the envelope that John Donnan got. Right?
And where's this?
That's the church walls. Where is the church walls?
Around church walls, yeah.
Cutting hay with a tack. And I'm going to show you something these two men that eat like Don Sharon and the chicken lighthouse. You might never see it in your life again. Now, take you look at that photograph and the number of that tractor, and here's another one.
Is that up in Ballinora, is it?
That's in Ballinora, right?
That's Francie's house.
Yes,
yeah.
That's Ballinora, that's the home house.
Yeah. And that's the tractor. That's
the
what
tractor
we're looking at now.
Yes, and there's the same tractor 50 years later.
It looks better 50 years later.
50 years later. That there, that photograph,
and that's the same house.
Was taken on the 4th of May 1952. And that photograph there was taken on the 4th of May 2002.
Oh, yeah.
And I rang Ballywooden for my brother Joseph, for he was the only one that was left in the photograph. And the Eamon fella, he didn't even go to look for me, never turned up. And they should have been there like he was the man, you know what I mean? And that photograph there was taken, the man used to come and cousin my Mars to Belfast. And that's a bit the help. But that's the envelope that John Donnan got there, all the information.
All right.
Text discs and all was on it. So,
just there's the text discs and all that.
Text discs, the whole lot. And there's the tractor. Well, seven photographs of the tractor.
That's all the text discs from a news owner and all.
Oh yes, the last one's on there. Take a look at what you want. Let's see. What date it is, I couldn't tell you. The 31st of December 1958.
Just jump under the deck to see you behind the steering wheel there. Have we got a photograph of you before and after that?
What's that?
Have we got a photograph of you before and after?
I tried to hit it hard then. I brought this down on it. It's not ticking. No. Not a thing. Oh. No. Oh, what is flat? What is flat? Well,
there you are. Well, here, that's great. I hope to see you down. I hope to see you down the show.
Holding well.
I know you can't take the tractor down; it's too far to travel. But
holding well.
It was great hearing that wee story.
What's that?
It was great hearing that wee story.
Yes, I know. That's for it.
We are 2 lanes again, another 2 lanes. They would advance forward, 1, 2, 3, back to 3, back to 3, forward, and back. Ready, set, the jump, up. The master boy. Change to work, we go other side. All advance again, forward, and back, and forward. Come back, we step again, they jump, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, and jump. Back over to the old place. Now everybody swing your partner again there.
remember the little grey Ferguson tractor, Johnny?
They were a great little yoke. You start and I'll join in.
Oh, I am a little Ferguson built so many years ago. I was bought up in Dublin at the RDS Spring Show. I'm a lovely little tractor and I look so very cute.
Not like the tractor of today, that great big ugly rose. Well, they brought me home to Finna in the county of Carlow, and the first man to drive me was Mickey's Uncle Joe. He pushed on his top coat and he jumped upon me seat, pulled back on the throttle and he flew out through the gate.
Oh, I am a little Ferguson built so many years ago. I was bought up in Dublin at the RDS Spring Show. I'm a lovely little tractor and I look so very cute.
Not like the tractor of today, that great big ugly bro. All the old lads started laughing and jeering, now you see. They said the whole black jackass was far better now than me. But the jackass, he is long since dead, his bones has turned to dust. Here am I, freshly painted, with ne'er a speck of rose.
Oh, I am a little Ferguson built so many years ago. I was bought up in Dublin at the RDS Spring Show. I'm a lovely little tractor and I look so very cute.
Not like the tractor of today, that great big ugly rose. Oh, where have all the years gone by? I'm parked here in the shed. Poor old Uncle Joe is inside, crippled in the bed. But every September until the man is dead, he'll grab his little walking head and he'll head up for the shed.
Oh, I am a little Ferguson built so many years ago. I was bought up in Dublin at the RDS Spring Show. I'm a lovely little tractor and I look so very cute.
Not like the tractor of today, that great big ugly bro. He'll check me oil and water, he'll shine and polish me. Then he'll bring me down to Finna for everyone to see. They'll put him sitting on me seat, he looks so very proud as he drives me through the steam rally to the cheering of the crowd.
Oh, I am a little Ferguson built so many years ago. I was bought up in Dublin at the RDS Spring Show. I'm a lovely little tractor and I look so very cute.
Not like the